Hey there, Justin Turpin here from Clear Change Hypnosis. Today I want to teach you how to do self-hypnosis. Now, one of the important things that you should know about hypnosis is that relaxation is not required. So you don't need to be relaxed to create hypnosis. In fact, hypnosis creates relaxation. It's one of the perks, one of the benefits of going into this nice and fascinating state of hypnosis. So there's three parts, there's three phases. The first is the setup, where you create what it is that you want to do with this time in hypnosis. The second is the suggestions, where you're delivering suggestions for yourself, where you're bringing yourself down and kind of just relaxing into that place of hypnosis. And then the third part is just bringing yourself back up, or the emergence. So let's go into those now. So, like I said, there's three parts of hypnosis, and the first part is the setup. So in the setup, there's three parts that you also want to pay attention to, and that is what it is that you want to get out of this session. What is it that you want to do while you're bringing yourself down into hypnosis? The second is how long do you want to be there, so the duration. And then the third part is how do you want to feel when you get out? How do you want to feel when this is done, when you come back up? So those three things again are the intention, what it is you'd like to get. The second part is how long you'd like to be there. And then the third part is just like how do you want to feel when you're done. So you want to set that up as a suggestion in itself, and you want to make it very simple because your subconscious mind, it doesn't use language quite in the same way that our conscious mind does. And I'll explain that a little bit more in the next step. But essentially just keep that really simple. Keep it simple and focused. So right now, for example, right now I want to feel very confident and I want to take 2 minutes, go into hypnosis, and when I come back up, I want to feel comfortable, I want to feel confident, I want to feel like I'm in control of my world. So I deliver my suggestions to myself like this. If you imagine like the captain and the crew metaphor that I've probably shared in our sessions together, I am essentially communicating to my crew, to my subconscious mind, that I want them to perform this task. Myself, as the captain, is requesting this of my crew. And so I would say, hey subby, because I call my subconscious mind subby, of course. Hey subby, this is what I'd like to do. I'd like to feel comfortable and confident. So, hey subby, I'd like to feel confident. I want to go take 2 minutes to go into self-hypnosis, and I want to feel great and alert and confident when I get out. And so that's how I would set up the initial setup of self-hypnosis. And then next, I would bring myself down into creating the suggestions or the state of hypnosis. And we'll go over that now. All right, so now we're going to bring ourselves down into hypnosis. And this is where the magic really happens. Because even if you're not consciously creating the change, your subconscious mind has already received that suggestion of what it is you want it to do from this setup. So even if you were to just totally do nothing, just count yourself down, stay in hypnosis and not really think things through with your conscious mind, your subconscious mind is now going to do what it needs to do to create those changes, because as you go into hypnosis, you're asking that guard to step aside to allow the changes to occur. So the way that we bring ourselves down into hypnosis is we're going to count from 5 down to 1. With each count down, we're going to take in a deep breath and let go and relax ourselves even more. We're just going to relax ourselves more and more deeply with each descending number and each exhalation. So then we bring ourselves down from 5 to 1. Just take your time with that. There's really no rush. After you bring yourself down, you can really just sit there and allow your subconscious mind to do what you've asked it to do. However, some people can't just sit there. So what you can do is to proactively use your conscious mind to deliver suggestions. And the way to do that is using your subconscious mind's natural language, and that is images, movies, and sounds and feelings. So your subconscious mind doesn't use language quite the same way as your conscious mind does. And the way that it naturally creates meaning is through pictures, through movies, sounds, and feelings. So oftentimes I'll suggest to people that imagine yourself sitting there and in front of you is a large movie screen, and it's like larger than life. And imagine yourself stepping into that movie screen. And what you see on the movie screen is everything that you would love to see happen. So you're visualizing your future, a future you. So you want to see yourself doing the things you want to do while feeling the way you want to feel. So if you want to feel confident in a certain situation, picture yourself in that situation and pull up a feeling of confidence within yourself as you go through that. So you step into that movie screen, you're in that reality, you're feeling the way you want to feel, you're behaving the way you want to behave. And you can spend 30 seconds up to 5 minutes in there, however long you set it up in your setup. Your subconscious mind will let you know, like, hey, it's long enough, we've done what we needed to do, you can go about your day now. Another way, between using visuals like movies, pictures, or using sounds and emotions, you can also use language. Now you want to keep this language nice and short and concise. Some of your best bang for your buck would be to use I am statements because they create a change at an identity level. So I am confident, I am enough, I am fill in the blank with what you want. Those kinds of statements will really get you the best bang for your buck. There are some words that you want to avoid because your subconscious mind doesn't process these words the way you might think that they would. So the 3 words to avoid are the first word is will. You want to avoid the word will because it has a temporal component, a time component. So that means that it will happen sometime in the future. And since your subconscious mind's always in the present and it's created this meaning as something that's happening in the future, it will always remain in the future. So if you say tomorrow I will take out the trash, that will always be tomorrow, 24 hours from now, and never now in the moment. So avoid the word will. The second word to avoid is the word try, because your subconscious mind sees try as exert an effort, but don't get a result. So if you were to drop a pen and say, I'm going to try and pick that up, and you are actually trying, you'd exert an effort, you try to pick up the pen, you maybe just can't reach, and even though you've put in the effort, you're not going to get the result that you're looking for. And then the third word to avoid is the word don't, or any kind of negative. You really want to focus on what it is that you do want rather than what you don't want. So avoid the word don't. For example, if I say whatever you do right now, don't think of a red cat. Just don't think of a red cat right now. What comes up in your mind? It's a cat, a red cat. And at best, not thinking of a red cat is a 2-step process. Your unconscious mind first creates it and then scrubs it out or removes it. So you want to avoid that word don't or any kind of negative. Just focus on what it is that you do want. So then after you've been in hypnosis for your desired time, if you stepped into a movie screen, just allow yourself to step back out, and then we're going to move on to the emergence. So the emergence is really simple. Essentially, you're going to count yourself back up from 1 to 5. And with each ascending number, just feel a little more like the desired state, like how you said in the setup, how you want to feel afterwards. So if you wanted to feel more confident, you'll count up from 1 to 5 kind of slowly. So 1, feeling more and more wonderful inside. 2, just feeling more confident, more alive. 3, taking a nice deep breath of clean oxygenating air. 4, not opening your eyes until you know that you are confident inside and out. And 5, eyes open, wide awake, feeling alert and refreshed, great and ready to start the day. And that's it. So you essentially just count yourself back up, feeling more and more, creating that ideal state inside, allowing it to happen. Don't resist it, don't assist it, just allow it to happen. And so that's how you do self-hypnosis. Now, this is a wonderful technique that you can use anytime, anywhere, and nobody needs to know you're doing anything. When you first start practicing self-hypnosis, you're going to want to sit down, you're going to sit in a chair, you're going to just relax and close your eyes and do like the full process. But as you learn how to do this better and better, you'll be able to do it anytime and anywhere. I put myself in hypnosis when I run, and it makes the entire experience enjoyable. You can do it while you're talking with people, you can do it while you're with your children, and you can do it with your eyes open, just as you learn how to allow that guard to step aside, you'll find that you don't need to go into this profound relaxation that you might have experienced in like sessions together. So as you get better at it, you can do it while your eyes are open. You can do it while you're talking with somebody, and you can just allow that guard to step aside and allow whatever it is that needs to happen to just happen. So I hope you find this as a really useful tool. It is one of my 2 most favorite tools out of my entire toolbox that I use.